Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Harriet Creates. In this episode, I will be creating some dormer windows. I do wish to start by apologising, this video is coming slightly later than normal. Some things have been going on in my life, so sorry about that. So the dormer windows that I'm creating are not originally part of the house. There's something that I spoke to my mum about ages upon ages ago, and she wanted to have some added, so that is what I'm doing. I'm creating them out of cardboard because it's an easy material to work with, and I'm adding some of these little coffee stirrers in order to give the windows slightly more structure and the cardboard slightly more durability. I didn't create a plan for this. I just sat down in the living room whilst we were watching TV and decided that I would make some. So this is quite literally a little bit of trial and error as I work through the plan that I had in my head. I also forgot to film, so we're cutting right to me adding some more structured walls, because apparently I didn't film the creation of it. This was quite a while ago, and back when I was doing crafts in the living room. But yes, I do remember how my housemate just sat there in slight awe and I think maybe a little bit of panic, watching me just create this out of nothing, without a plan. The literal definition of winging it. Completely. I do have a plan for these windows, however. It came out after they were constructed, so I have used cardboard to create the base shape and then create a roof for that and then stick them all together. I would love for there to be lights in this, hence why the roof bit is hollow so that I can stick battery packs and things in there. There will be windows and net curtains over them so that you can only see the light vaguely through the net curtains, and you're not seeing directly into the roof. This is me creating the paneling for the top. Again, just winging it, drawing on the shape that I would like. And here is me creating the windows. This was my first time working with UV resin. As you can see to the left, I have done a trial run with the windows. This is where I discovered that masking tape was a wonderful way of creating the bottom of the windows, as long as I planned to use UV resin after I had removed the adhesive. Because what tends to happen is the heat that is produced by the UV resin as it cures underneath the lamp means that the adhesive from the tape sticks to it and becomes part of it, so you ended up with like a frosted glass situation. Great if that's what you're after. It wasn't what I was after, so I had to come up with a slightly different plan. Now, I wanted there to be kind of slatted windows, I think they're called. And so to do this, I got a Sharpie and cut up little bits of masking tape to help get those lines really straight, and then going back over them with some card to create that, the vertical and the two sets of lines. Can't remember what they're called. The diagonal sets of lines. While waiting for the Sharpie to dry, I added on some more bits of the roof. The roof of these dormer windows is going to match the roof of the actual house, and so that means that the trusty ends of lollipop sticks are coming out again. Once they were dry, I went back in with my teeny tiny bits of masking tape the other direction to create this like diamond effect in the windows. There we go. And making sure that the adhesive doesn't become one with the resin means waiting till the resin is completely cooled down, and then only having it on there for as long as necessary. There we go. Doing bits of a touch-up to make sure that they look perfect, before then sealing them in place with some more UV resin. You do have to make sure that the Sharpie marks are completely dry to avoid them running, which you can see them doing a little bit here. Now, here is me trying to match the already done borders of the windows in this wonderful green colour that was chosen, so that the windows on this dormer window will match, whereas the rest of it needs to match the front of the house, which will be done in white wallpaper eventually. Now, I know what you're thinking. Isn't painting a little bit too early? And the answer is yes. I did paint this very early, and bless her, she gets a little bit dented and dinged as the creative process goes on. But here is me creating the green, and then I chose to leave the masking tape on the windows for as long as I possibly could, just so that they were slightly more protected, because I already knew that the masking tape itself and the resin underneath had already bonded, so there was no harm in removing it until I needed to. And here is me moving upstairs. This is the lovely little layout that my housemate had done for me, with a lovely little note about being creative, which I really appreciate. Goodness, look how tidy it is. And this starts the very long process of the roof and me working out which glue works best for what, and how long wood glue takes to set enough for me to be able to sand it. I was leaving it for days at a time, whereas there wasn't any need to. I only needed to leave it an hour. This is also where I discovered different sanding techniques. I learned how to use a Dremel. So many new skills were found throughout the entirety of this process. I think this is one of the ones that uses the most recycled materials. So we've got the ends of the lollipop sticks. We also have coffee stirrers and cardboard from a moving box that one of my friends had that he was going to throw away. also have the bodies of the longer lollipop sticks for the top of the roof as well. That was something I did find tricky, is the weight. Trying to weight the house down so that things would stick properly. All in all, I think this project took me a couple of months. I wasn't working on it constantly, I kind of did little bits here and there. I'm a terrible one for not finishing a project, so this meant a great deal to be able to complete this. Or complete it as much as I can without actually sticking it to the house. This is me adding the last finishing touches of UV resin onto the windows to give them back that nice shine. And here they are all done. I'm really happy with the way they turned out, and I'm very happy that I persevered. They have been very fun to make. Next time I will create a plan. But thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Goodbye.